Mario Sports Mix was the somewhat ambitious sequel to Mario Slam Basketball, or Mario Hoops Free on Free. Not gonna get into a localization argument, but why was that its name? Obviously, with a game that lent so heavily into the DS's touchscreen mechanic, it's the first thing the game teaches you about. Square Enix would really need to put in the effort to make sure that this felt like it belonged on the Wii. They could use the Wii's motion controls for the dribbling, but I don't fancy carpal tunnel, so they need to come up with another way. And spoilers, I don't think that they did. Square Enix dealt with touchscreen gate in the same way that a man lists his height on Tinder. They overcompensated. Instead of a regular 1-in-1 game, they gave us a 4-in-1 game, and I don't think I need to explain why that was a bad decision. They don't get 4 times the dev time. The core problems of this game could very much be highlighted by comparing it to the DS game. It's a frame of reference of the amount of content this game was likely planned to have had. Despite having 3 extra game modes, Sports Mix feels like a skeleton of what once was. As a kid playing Slam Basketball, we weren't even able to play the basketball all that much because DS download play required us to play the other multiplayer game modes, and that was actually fine by me because it was still fun as fuck. You got to blow a bitch up and then rob them. What's not to like? Now, I couldn't find footage of this, which is a travesty for YouTube as a platform. It's going under if I have anything to say about it. And I have no means of recording the game modes myself, but I really don't need to prove my point, which is that this game just had more than just basketball. They expanded upon the dribbling into 2 full game modes. And speaking of more basketballs, the shit had customization. It had achievements list in 2006, and it was the best one to this date because you got basketballs. Highlights include soccer ball, spiked ball, ethically questionable ball, golden ball, watermelon, gay ball, and my favorite, a dice. It just looks cool. Sports Mix, in comparison, forces you to unlock character alternative colors multiple times depending on the game mode, meaning that if you want to play Green Toad and you're switching between game modes, as this game begs you to do, you have to unlock Green Toad 5 times. And Green Toad is a bitch to unlock due to RNG alternative paths that make you play some seriously unbalanced minigames without taking a single L. And every alternate color is like this. Hold up, did I say 5 times? Yeah, it's outright inexcusable, but the title game mode, Sports Mix, can only be unlocked after playing through all 3 cups in all 4 main game modes, which took me about 8 hours, and it was tedious. There is a cheat code to unlock it, thank God, but no kid is going to know about that, and even this mode has no effort in it. It's just play a random game from the other 4. There aren't any filters or anything. I mean, how hard is it to give an option to not play one, especially when volleyball straight up takes longer than the other game modes? You might not have the time for that one. Oh yeah, how are the game modes? Pretty mediocre. What did you expect? I think any of them could have been quite good as a standalone game, but as it stands, there just isn't enough to make any of them that great. They mostly just rely on how good their courts are, and there are some good ones. This is pretty funny, but the main gameplay is nothing to write home about. To their credit, I do quite enjoy Dodgeball because of the damage system. What can I say? It just works. Sure is Dodgeball. I know it was made too late in development for this to have been possible, but in the hypothetical that this was the game with the current effort of Slam Basketball, I might have been making a video about the bangerest game of all time, the GOAT. But when I went to replay Sports Mix expecting to make that video about it, the nostalgia goggles split it into 2 and then 4. And I tried to put the goggles back together, I really did. But it turns out that 4 smaller pieces just feels lacking opposed to 1 big piece. Speaking of a big piece, I'm gone.
Boom shakalaka!
In 2 weeks, I'm releasing a video about the undeniable appeal of Shadow the Hedgehog. You don't want to miss it. Turn notice on, subscribe, follow my Twitter, like this video too for some reason. And you probably don't get this vibe, but this video was written 9 months ago and then scrapped multiple times. It felt derivative. Then it was put on hold because of uni and stuff. So please, just give me dopamine. Subscribe. I am literally begging you outright. Bye.